You are listening to The Thought Leaders Show with the world's cutting-edge, hottest innovators, influencers, and impact makers today. If you are looking for inspiration and motivation, listen in. Welcome to The Thought Leaders Show. Now, here's your host.
Hi, this is Tammy Patzer, and I'm really excited to introduce today's guest, Jagdish Singh. He is a successful IT leader with more than 25 years of experience in the industry. He has always held a keen interest in spirituality and natural healing. In 2011, he had the great fortune of meeting Guruji Mahendra Trivedi, founder of Trivedi Global Incorporated and the Trivedi Effect. Guruji Trivedi helped Jagdish develop and uncover his gifts. The powerful impact of his gifts and ability to harness and transmit the universal intelligent energy to any part of the globe has been scientifically validated, documented, and published in international peer-reviewed science journals. The energy creates desirable impacts on the recipient, living or non-living, duly measured through preclinical scientific research using both cell-based and mice models. The results suggest significant benefits and improvements in overall health, well-being, quality of life, skin quality, anti-aging, vitamin D3 absorption, bone health, and more. Welcome, Jagdish.
Thank you, Tammy. I'm glad to be here.
Great. I've had conversations with you before, but today I was really curious to have some perspective from you related to gurus. That's G-U-R-U, guru. Could you tell me more about what a guru is and their role?
Absolutely, Tammy. This is actually very dear to me. You read my bio and you saw those abilities which were developed. And really all credit goes to Guruji Mahendra Trivedi because he is the guiding light. He is the source of how my abilities got developed. And that itself is a segue to importance of guru in one's life. Because before that, I did not have those capabilities. I did not have ability to harness divine grace, this universal intelligence energy, and to transmit anywhere. So for me, the importance of guru's role is extremely powerful in one's life. So what is guru? Guru actually is a word that comes from, you can say, Hindu mythology.
Are you still there, Jagdish?
Yes, sorry, it looked like it disconnected. Oh. So it comes from Hindu mythology, and it actually consists of two words, gu plus ru. Gu stands for darkness, and ru stands for dispeller of the darkness. So guru is someone who dispels the darkness, who dispels the ignorance from one's totality and guides one to light. So that's the true meaning of word guru.
That's really interesting. So guru literally means one who dispels the darkness or brings in the light?
That is correct. The one, the destroyer of the darkness, destroyer of the ignorance in one's life, and bring in clarity, bring in light into one's life so you can live better. You can live. It's like, you have a dark room and you are walking and, running against things. Same way, in life, if the light of Guru is not there, you're struggling. You don't know your pathway. You don't know where to go. What's your right direction?
Oh, okay. So it's like a guide. A guru is a guide or a teacher or someone that's turning on that light switch in the
That
jungle.
is correct. And Guru is someone who transforms one, so you begin to see your pathway as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's like bringing in light and then allowing you to live in that light, learn to understand what it means to be in that light and how to move forward, giving you that internal guidance system through which you can make the right decisions. Guru helps you, decipher right from wrong. He or she helps you raise your level of consciousness so you can live better, you can understand the depth of creation. Guru brings connection to divine. So that's what Guruji Mahendra Trivedi does for us. Is he is the only one I know of on this planet who connects you to the God of your understanding, source of your, you can say, power. Everything comes from divine. And Guru is one who takes you to the divine. So that's why the Guru is so much important in one's life.
So for people who are listening who are not from, who don't know much about gurus and, maybe they're Christians, is a guru someone, and I know that Guruji Mahendra Trivedi, he says what he does has absolutely nothing to do with religion, dogma, there's no tricks, there's nothing like that. So how do you explain that to someone, like connecting to the divine? How do you explain that to somebody who might come from a different religious background, say a Christian or someone who maybe doesn't understand how gurus are our guides and teachers? How would you explain it to them?
Well, if you look at it, Tammy, Guruji, he himself explains that it's like, connecting your computer to internet. Okay. So no matter who the provider is. So same way, no matter what religion you are in, there is that divine force, divine light, divine power, which or creator, which creates everything, right? So when you are connected to your internet service provider, then you can go to any site, download what you need. You have a connection. You're connected to satellite, and you can then harness the power of internet. Same way, Guruji Mahendra Trivedi connects you to God of your understanding. So once you are connected, then you are able to harness that divine grace, and that comes from the source. It could be, for you, it is coming from your God of understanding, and you are receiving that. Then you can utilize that energy, you can utilize that power in your life as a guiding light, doing what is right to do for you. It begins to guide you internally. Your intuitive power begins to work better. And Guruji calls it your internal guidance system, your internal GPS, where you begin to know what is the right thing for you to do. What is your life purpose? How you proceed in life? How do you grow in life? How do you get to next level of your consciousness? Does that answer your question?
Yes. So a guru, obviously they have the purpose of helping you to grow more in a spiritual way. Is that right?
That is correct. And it's so much so, Tammy, that in India, the importance of guru is even taken at higher than even divine. Okay, there is a famous saint in India. His name is Kabir Das, and he wrote a beautiful. We call it Doha. So I'm going to actually say that in Hindi and then translate and help you understand it.
Okay.
So what it says is, see, Guru is someone who connects you to divine, right? And without Guru, you cannot connect to divine. So Guru is your source of connection to divine. And that is why this Doha is written. And the way it is written is that Guru Gobind do khade kake lagu paye, Balihari Guru Apne Jo Govind Diye Milai. So what does it mean? What it means is that if I have in my presence, or if I am exposed to the presence of Guru and God of your understanding, who do I bow to first? Who do I touch my Guru's feet first? Because without Guru, it would not have been possible for me to even have a vision of divine. Without that, it was not possible for me to have that connection to divine. So that's the reverence to Guru. That's the level of reverence which is given in our culture, in Hindu culture, to Guru. And
Wow.
yes, it goes on to, you as a human being, we are so much lost. And in America, in west side of the world, there are several, you can say, thought leaders or, teachers who teach about how to do best and how to improve yourself and self, you can say, improvement type of teachers. But most of them are not going deep enough to the level of where they're giving you methodologies, they're giving you tricks and techniques. No one is working on transformation at the core level. And they may say it, they may use the words, but the transformation is not there because most of them are methodologies. So I guess why I'm bringing that up is, yes, finding a guru is important, but finding the right guru is the most important part of it. So, and who is the right guru? Who himself has gone through that path, has connection with divine, who can harness divine and show you the results of that. And that's where Guruji Mahendra Trivedi is exceptional. No one else has shown that abilities scientifically as he has shown by connecting to anything, to source of their or connecting anything to their source and allowing that object to harness and then transform to a level, as you and I both know, like with more than 4,000 experiments, one after another, it's without a doubt has proven that Guruji has that divine connection, that divine capability where he can harness and transmit and transform anything to their highest potential.
Yes, and that is one thing I think that really makes Guruji stand out differently than anyone else in the world, is that he does have the thousands of experiments behind him that time after time after time. They all show that this life force energy is real and can be measured, and that he is able to transform things at some type of a molecular way, or, just things grow better. And then, of course, human beings seem to respond, animals respond, plants respond. So that is really an interesting thing. So for you, you are from India, so you come from a culture where there are different gurus and different people. And when what makes people like in India, because again, it is a culture where there seem to have been more people say they're gurus. What is it that made you see the difference between Mr. Trivedi and the other people who said they were gurus?
That's an excellent question, Tammy. And I'm going to say that I lived in India for like 20 plus years, and there are numerous gurus in India. Okay. And somehow there was always that internal, you can say, voice or internal calling that do not go to any guru. Do not, because I had understanding that if you follow one step in wrong direction, get in touch with a guru who is showing themselves as guru or promoting themselves as guru, but is not authentic, that can basically create a diversion in the path, which it'll be very hard to recover from. So there was always that internal voice, like, don't, right? And then I came into US. So even though that voice was there, at the same time, that longing was also there as to finding the guru, finding someone who can guide me and take me to next level. And for that matter, I even looked at several, healing modalities and natural healing capabilities. I thought that maybe that's one of the directions I can get in touch with someone. And but nowhere I got the satisfaction. So that search was going on for me. And where once I got introduced to Guruji Mahendra Trivedi, and there is that internal longing, right, to connect to divine, to feel that peace, that calmness that only comes from divine. It cannot be from any external source. So that experience, that peace and calmness, I only received once I received the very first blessing from Guruji. That was my internal satisfaction at that time, and internal, that voice I was saying, that felt satisfied, and I received that peace and calmness which I was longing for all those years. And that's what told me that this is the right connection. Then that is the spiritual side. But then you also look at practical side. Okay, all those gurus, they claim to be gurus, but they do not show any transformation in any proven way, any scientific way. When you look at Guruji Mahendra Trivedi, you see that he has performed those many, like more than 4,000 science experiments, right? And there is transformation at atomic level, at molecular level, nucleus level, where everything is improving, everything is getting to that next level. And science has the understanding that structure of atom cannot be changed. Yet here is Guruji who is changing it every time. So who makes the atom? Divine creates the atom, right? Who can change the atom? Only divine can change the atom. So that tells me Guruji is divine. Guruji has that divine power, that divine connection, which he can harness and transmit to that level, that deeper level of reality, and create transformation at that level. That is authenticity. You cannot find that authenticity anywhere else. So I did not need that proof. Even after just after my first blessing, I felt that satisfied. But for skepticals, there is that proof as well, which shows that there is real transformation. And there is we have hundreds of thousands of those scientific data points which are showing time after time, look, it changed, nature of atom change, quality of that object change, and it improved for better, right?
Yes,
Be
that's really phenomenal.
Yes, be it non-living or living crops and metal, fungus, bacteria, viruses, human beings, right?
Yes. I'm really glad that you're educating us about, Guruji Mahendra Trivedi, but also about gurus in general. Just like I said, people, I think, unless you have been out there looking, a lot of times we don't have any real concepts about different cultures or belief systems, or even how to accurately think about somebody like Gurji in the Western world, because it's just not part of our general population's grasp of things. And I think it's also in India, it seems like a lot more people are interested in the higher consciousness than here. I don't know if I'm accurate or not. I know for me personally, it was like I was always just trying to survive and not really looking at that spiritual growth, and maybe it was just me in my place where I was in my life, but I look out at people in general, and they just all seem to be scurrying about and trying to work and do their jobs, and they go to church on Sundays. That seems to be the American way is, but of course that's a stereotype of a generalization that I know is, not really true. But that is really interesting. And now you have, as I read in your bio, you have worked with Gurji, and you have also been scientifically validated to work as a conduit for life force energy, correct?
That is correct, and that is really Guruji's grace that has become possible. And to your point on a spiritual seeker and everyone, there are both sides of the coin, right? There are people who are looking to grow spiritually. At the same time, they're looking for practical benefits in life as well, that how they can apply that spirituality into practice, right? And Guru is doing both. He is, he's showing you what's possible spiritually, how you can grow spiritually, and at the same time, what is the practical applications of that. And I think one point I want to make is that, like you were saying, that now he has enabled me to do things where I could harness and transmit also the divine force, divine grace. So that I could not even have imagined that a few years ago. That is what the role Guruji has played in my life, is raising my level of consciousness where that has become possible. And I'm going to actually say one more thing in Hindi, and then I'll give you a little bit of a translation on that as well. So what I want to say is that without Guru, things are not possible. Guru cuts down so much confusion out of your life and gives you clarity that you can move forward much faster on your life path versus without Guru, right? Because there is only struggle. You don't have the direction, you don't have the clarity. So the saying goes like Guru bina gyan nahi and Guru bina gati nahi. What that means is the knowledge which a Guru brings to your life, that to get that level of knowledge is impossible without Guru. Okay. I mean, you can go through lots of struggle and still not get there. Versus what Guru brings to you through his knowledge, through his clarity, the speed and growth to your life, which is impossible otherwise. Okay. And then for spiritual seekers, the other word says Guru Bina Gati Nahi means you cannot get to next level of consciousness. Ultimately, it means Gati also means reaching to your end goal in life of there's a word in Hindi called moksha, which is like more like nirvana, where you feel totally connected with divine. There is nothing else. Okay. That is not possible without a Guru's guidance, without Guru's presence, without Guru's grace, without Guru's mercy. And that is, I mean, you're fortunate if that happens for you. You're fortunate if you come across a Guru like that who can help light the path for you. And that's what Guruji Mahendra Trivedi is for us. He has taken us so far from where we started, and every step of the way he's guiding, every step of the way he is giving us more, he's showing us more, he's developing us more. He is always interested in how you can get to your best level, how can you get to your highest potential. And it's really his caring and his grace is limitless, and I'm just so thankful that I've found him in my life. He is a gift to this planet. He's a gift to me, to my family, and I'm just thankful to him and divine that he is in our life.
Well, that's really beautiful, and again, I'm really thankful that you're explaining how a guru. I mean, I'm thinking of, in American language, I'm thinking, okay, mentor, comes to mind, but it's so much more than a mentor, because with a guru, and of course with Guruji, he is the conduit that, like you said, helps you to connect to the divine, and that's the big difference. And also, I think what you're saying that I find very just true, because I've been a witness, is about how Guruji is very caring and loving, and always thinking about how can he help each person get to the next level, and that next level, it's not only in the mind, body, spirit. It's in all ways going higher and higher in the next level. So I really can hear your authenticity and that real love and trust that you have for him as your guru. And the word Gurji, that actually means beloved teacher. Am I correct?
Well, it is like I was saying, Guru is, destroyer of the ignorance. And Guru, G word adds the element of respect and reverence. Okay. So G is that respectfulness, that gratefulness to, that Guru is like divine. So to that divine, that I bow to that divine, I surrender to that divine. You are, my destroyer of ignorance, and I bow to your feet.
Oh, see, isn't that interesting how just like you said, Guru G, I mean, who would ever think that G would have such a powerful meaning other than the sound? so that's really beautiful. So Jagdish, before I let you go, if somebody wanted to be in contact or find out more about you and the Trivedi Effect, how can they do that?
They can go to learning more about me. They can go to my website, www.singjagdish.com. And to learn more about Trivedi Effect, you can go to the website www.trivedieffect.com. And there is hundreds of scientific validation papers are there, more than 350 today. So it's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, that's for sure. The scientific research at trivedieffect.com, I actually was reviewing it, and there's a plethora of information there that you can find. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the time you took with me today.
Sure. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate your time.
This is Tammy Patzer. Go make it a beautiful day.
You've been listening to the Thought Leaders Show. To get all past shows and to get all future shows, go to thoughtleadershow.com.